Dude, what's going on? This preacher. So I was driving on 95, right? As I'm driving on 95, I see this semi truck, but I see all these police cars behind the semi truck. So I'm like, man, what is going on here? Hey. And then it was the second time I saw that on 95. So, and it was within probably an hour or so. So this time I had recorded it, right? Let me show y'all. Hold on. So this on my dash cam. Look at all those police on the right. You see that? Do y'all see this? Look at this. See the truck? So I was like, man, what is going on here, man? I was like, is they really out getting people like that? I'm like, is that what we doing now? And that was the second time. Now, it would have been different. I'm sorry, I'm looking down at my GPS, right? But it would have been different if I wasn't seeing a lot of it. But when you're seeing a lot of it, it's almost like Florida is going crazy with these truckers. They really going crazy with these truckers, man. And like I said, that was the second time that I didn't dealt with that. So I'm just driving and I'm just seeing all this stuff going on, and it just makes you wonder, like, okay, man, what's going on? I'm taking a 30-minute break now. I'm up on I-10, right from Panama, at the rest area, taking me a little break. But I'm just like, what's going on, man? And then this morning, it was the same thing. I saw two police cars behind a semi truck, and I saw the driver with handcuffs. I'm like, that was unusual for me, because some of the videos that I saw, if the driver was not speaking English properly, that they just putting them out of service and they giving their little bag and stuff like that. Only time I done seen people in handcuffs is when it was a driver that, was breaking the law some type of way. But just to see it, it was just one of those kind of things where it's like, man, why do these cops keep putting over these truckers? And then I was coming into Florida from Georgia, and I saw they had chasers at the agriculture inspection station. So now I'm looking at the chasers there. I said, well, everybody better get on this lane like I'm getting inside this lane and don't go by it, right? So then, as I'm getting inside the lane, the truck that was behind me decided to keep going. Yep, just for show. That police officer that was sitting right there went and got the dude. So about time I went through the agriculture station, did the little check thing, and then I'm pulling out. That same trucker was pulled over by the agriculture police. I couldn't really see what agency it was because it was at night. But that trucker that was behind me had got pulled over. So now I'm just like, okay, y'all keep doing this and stuff. If you ain't right, just don't get on the road, man. If you ain't right, just don't get on the road. And it made me look at my equipment a lot more, because now I'm looking at my equipment and trying to make sure that I'm 100% right. Because now if they pull in and inspecting, especially when I was going through Indiana, they had all the wait stations opened up and bringing everybody in. and they was checking these trucks. I mean, I be seeing like 3 trucks getting inspected. So it made me want to make sure that my truck and everything was ready to go. So I'm checking my tires, I'm checking my brakes, my slack adjusters, I'm checking my drums to make sure I don't have no busted up drums. All my brake pads is nice and full, they're not chipped. I don't have no oil leaks, I don't have no air leaks. I'm checking like every single thing, trying to make sure, hey, I'm ready to go. I'm legit. So if you check me, I'm good to go. And that's the other thing. Well, you can look at a double-edged sword. On one thing, it's going to weed out all the people who's wrong. On the other edge, it's going to weed out all these trucks that's on the road. They're not supposed to be on the road because of their condition. So you got to look at it both ways. But I saw another video on my feed where it was 2 cops trying to put over this one semi-truck driver, and he wasn't stopping. So I'm like, you're not looking at your mirrors? You don't see the stuff that's going on? I mean, why you not pulling over? Why you not stopping? So this lady was recording that when it was on I-75, and they was recording that driver not putting over. So now what, people out here is getting scared because they're getting pulled over, or they know they finna go to jail or something. You got to be careful out here, but make sure your truck is right. You got to make sure your truck is right. Make sure all your papers and stuff is right. Make sure you're in line with everything to make sure everything go wrong. Because I don't want to get pulled over and fined for any violations, because it's going to hurt my company in the long run. So if I get pulled over, I'm trying to make sure I'm getting 100% on my inspections, no violations found. So it's going to keep my company inside of good standards. It's going to keep my insurance rates down too. But it's just one of those type of things where when you're seeing this stuff going on, you just like, man, a lot of truckers, especially if you press for time, and now you got to sit here on the side of the road for about 45 minutes to an hour because of these inspections. It hurts, man. It really hurts, especially when you need that 45 minutes. All right, so y'all be safe out here and make sure your truck is right. I don't care who the owner of that truck is or business is. Check out your truck. Make sure your truck is right, because you're going to be the one with your CSA score going up, which can make it harder for you to find another job somewhere else if they see your CSA score up. Make sure that truck is right. Make sure you're right. Make sure all the papers is right, because they're out here checking people.